Happy Halloween! My name is Edward, also known as Strategy, and I am going to be playing another cube draft. You might notice this headpiece on me. If you can guess what it is before I say it, you're cool, officially. My wife suggested that I dress up for the Halloween stream, and against my better judgment, I did it. Happy wife, happy life, folks. She also told me to just do it, as my shirt says. So here we are. For those of you that don't know, I am the Teletubby Dipsy. And in Halloween theme, I am going to hope, but I'm not going to force it per se, to draft a Reanimator deck. I haven't been able to draft Reanimator yet. So that would be exciting and kind of on theme for today. Okay, so doing a power check, and I do not see any. There is a fast bond if we can draft a bunch of wheels. There is another strip mine. We pack one, picked one that last time. I do see an Undercity Sewers. A Malcolm would help with the reanimate deck. Lelia is pretty powerful. Wow, there's just a bunch of cards from our draft last time all in one pack. I'm going to take the Undercity Sewers. I just would really like to draft a Reanimator deck if I can. And I'm just going to take that. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully it pays off. Ooh, a Booster Tutor? Okay. A Bone Shards would be amazing on the wheel. Speaking of wheel, there's a Wheel of Fortune. Booster Tutor is a lot of fun. I don't think we're going to be able to play with this card for very long outside of just this cube. So I would like to play it as much as possible. It's nice to be able to find power with it, of course. Another thing that's really nice about it is it could find win conditions. It'd be nice to just hit like a random time walk. Also, it is an instant, so you can cast it on your opponent's turn if you wish. Yeah, just more cards from our last draft. Fable would have been nice too. That's probably not going to wheel. But yeah, I'm going to take the Booster Tutor. Super exciting. It's definitely a reward for taking a black fixing land. Okay, I'm not really interested in Wishclaw Talisman. Mind Twist, if we do try to stick with the Reanimator theme, is not going to be cast for very high. So I'm not really interested in that either. Carnage Interpreter is a way to discard our hand, but if we have a Reanimate spell already, I'm not really interested in doing that. But I do think that currently it might be the best pick. Grist can kind of put random cards into our yard. The reason why I don't like the Wish Claw is because we're not going to be able to win on the same turn we do the thing. So I would hate to give them a Wish Claw and they just find an answer to what we did. And it kind of negates everything. This is tough. This is also just a fine beater, but if we're blue-black, I want to take the Grist. I think that's the best choice for us. I don't hate anyone that wants to take the Mind Twist there. It's just not really for me. Okay, there's a Faithless Looting, but I would rather get that on the wheel. Okay, Yawgmoth's Will, we're not really interested in it. Crabomination is a decent reanimate target. It's fantastic, but the fact that it's random means it's not that great. It's not going to be very consistent, but sometimes you can hit an Emrakul with it. So, Reprieve is a solid card. If I wasn't trying to lean towards Reanimator, I would probably take the Reprieve. I'll take the Crabomination. I'm ready to go 1-3 with this deck. That's fine. We are here to have fun. Okay, here's a Bat. Bat is fantastic. Oh, never mind. Bat is fantastic to say, but Currency Converter just kind of does everything we want it to do in this type of shell. So, yeah, let's take the Converter. This is a reanimate spell I'm not necessarily interested in. Expedition map's a bit slow. Jace Wielder of Mysteries in a lot of decks I like to draft would be pretty great because I often get close to decking myself, but not really interested in that here. I want to take the Triome as it's another blue-black land, but it also is a splash for this Grist if it ends up being our only green card. I think that's the best pick for us there. And again, like I said, I'm not going to necessarily force Reanimator. We could just play a decent bug deck with these picks so far, but I am going to lean to it if I can. Okay, so this is a removal spell that we could reanimate with later. If you remember the last video, my opponent did do that to us. We still got the game, but we definitely had the top deck out of it. I don't hate this tropical island and just making our mana base better. I am a fan of having perfect mana. And I don't think this card is necessarily strong enough to pass up a tropical island. A tropical island's premium. Okay, this is okay. Carnage. It's funny. I was thinking about Carnage. Trumpeting Carnosaur when I was talking about the other card we were potentially going to take because this is a similar effect. But it's red is the issue. I do think that this Malevolent Rumble is another payoff for being green. Plus, this can not only put fatties in the yard, but if we get like an Animate Dead or a Necromancy, it can actually find the Reanimate spell and simultaneously put something in the yard. So we're gonna slam dunk this and be pretty okay with going into green. Okay, so this is another tough pick. So there's a few things. There's a Treasure Cruise that is nice with our Rumble. Also nice with our Grist. There's a Malcolm, which can help put fatties in the yard. And then, then there's a Cut Down, which is small CMC removal interaction. I think I have 5 seconds. I think I'm going to go with the Malcolm. I do love the Treasure Cruise here, but I'm going to try to leave myself open to backdoor and to reanimate here because we do have a pretty good setup. Okay, I want to take the Bone Shards. I did mention I would like to see this. Plus, you could always, like, if you put a fatty into play, you can always sack it and reanimate it a second time if you want to. I did do that in one of my personal drafts on my own cube. That was a lot of fun. I think I did a Tali twice in one turn because of that. Okay, so here's an Endalfa Triome. It's just another green-black land. I think I like that better than an untapped white touching land. Because this still gets white, but we don't necessarily need the white. So this is a guaranteed duel versus the other one, not really. Okay. I do like the Faithless Looting, but I want to take the Yawgmoth's Will because we're not in red yet, and this, we could get rewarded for the Yawgmoth's Will. Okay. I would be happy with the Deathrite Shaman here, but Deep Cavern Bat Wield, which is incredible. That is so good for us. Okay, we're going to take the Terra Sunder here. We don't really... It's best of one, so we don't have sideboard yet. Or not yet. We don't have sideboards at all. But that's probably fine the main deck since it can kill anything if you kick it. Oh my gosh. I hate how long it took me. I guess that's because I was finishing my thought. Okay, Ancestral Recall. That is fantastic. I was about to talk about how I'm probably not going to take this Grim Monolith, but yeah, we're going to take this Ancestral Recall. Also, if you don't know, Ancestral Recall has a secret mode, and no, I'm not talking about targeting your opponent. I'm talking about turn 1 targeting yourself and acting as a blue Faithless Looting. I have done that many times in my paper cube when I play the Reanimator decks, and if I have like this into Animate Dead and say a Crabomination, I'm going to fire that off. So. Yeah, super excited for Ancestral Recall. I have yet to be able to draft that card, so that's nice. Ooh, a Leovold. I like the Titania. I would love a Flame Slash as removal. We don't have a lot of creatures for Fallen Shinobi. I think we're just going to take this Leovold. Keen-Eyed wouldn't be a terrible wheel. I do like this card. I lose to it in my paper cube all the time. This thing is very, very strong. It doesn't look like it, but I assure you it's very good. Yeah, nothing else in here really interests me. So I'm just going to take this Leovold. If we can get we don't have the Wheel of Fortune, which I probably wouldn't play anyways. If we can get a Time Twister, that would be fantastic. Okay, there is a Force of Negation, which is nice, but Bloodstained Mire gets us blue and green mana. I would love this Underground Sea. I highly doubt it'll wheel, but this is a tapped Underground Sea, theoretically. It can't get us untapped green. But if this Overgrown Tomb wheels, then it can. I also like this Abhorrent Oculus in this cube. Or, sorry, in this particular build, but I want to take the fetch land. Okay, here's a reanimate spell if we have a bunch of creatures, which we currently don't. I love a Pyrogoyf, but Scalding Tarn gets us black, gets us green. Yeah, obviously it'll get us blue with an island. All right, yeah, sorry, the tropical island as well. Yeah, so we're gonna take this. We're gonna take the Scalding Tarn and just have really good mana. There's a lot of black cards in there that might wheel. Oh, Duress is premium. Ponder is also nice, but there's more cantrips in the queue than there are discard spells, and good discard spells at that. Botanical Sanctum would be a decent wheel if we don't get the Ponder back, which I don't think we would. But yeah, I'm very happy to take Duress here. Okay, Mystical Tutor kind of sets us up if we can find a reanimate spell. There's a Lion's Eye Diamond, which I don't hate. I don't know if Exhume is in the cube or not, but if it is, there's a neat trick you can do with Exhume where you cast Exhume because it doesn't target, like Animate Dead or any of the other reanimate spells. Shallow Grave, but Shallow Grave's not on here either because they didn't want to deal with graveyard organization. But anyways, you could sack the LED, put the fatty in the yard, and then reanimate it off the Exhume, which is nice. But yeah, we're gonna take the Mystical Tutor. I actually wouldn't mind the Overlord this time. But yeah, we're going to take the Mystical Tutor. It gets us our recall at worst, and if we can get a reanimate spell, which there's 2 in this pack. 3 reanimate spells in this pack, and an Inquisition. This is abysmal for us. I wouldn't even mind this Tameo, which does have a chance, although small, to wheel. That's abysmal. That's not good news for us. I'm going to take the reanimate, of course, because the reanimate we can Mystical Tutor for. But missing out on this Inquisition to Kozilek is absolutely insane for us. That's not good. Hopefully one of these 2 wheels, but I don't think they will. Okay, here's a green-black land. Oh, a Tashana's Tidebinder. I love that. Preacher's not bad. I do love a Sentinel as well, but it's not really for this deck. I do have decent mana so far. So I'm actually going to take the Tidebinder, I think, and just have a little bit of interaction. If my mana wasn't good so far, I would take the land. Okay, this can potentially put a fatty in the yard for us. I'm just gonna take this. I'm not excited about anything else. Sorry, some of the times I don't recognize any of the cards, and I'd rather not just spew random information if I don't know something. So I'll usually be a little bit more quiet in those situations. Okay, so Kenai did come back. So did Titania. Did we see a Zurin Orb? I don't remember if that was this draft or a previous one. I don't think we're going to have a lot of green. This is double green, but it's later, and it's kind of a combo piece if we can get something. Oh, okay, so this did come back for untapped green for the Blood Crypt, but I actually think a Abhorrent Oculus is kind of cater-made for what this deck's trying to do. Maybe we can get a Bayou later. Okay, another fetch. I'm okay with that. I think I like that better than Nethergoyf. I'm just a big fan of... Oh, yes. I'm just a big fan of having good mana. Oh, Sylvan Safekeeper to go with our Titania wield. Okay, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Maybe we can open up a Time Walk in the last pack? Oh, okay. Maybe not. I did get a pick 3 Time Walk on that video. I didn't get to publish because I didn't hit record. I doubt I'm going to get a pick 3 Time Walk again, but I do like this Vampiric Tutor. Not really an Ancient Tomb deck, but Vampiric Tutor just helps us find a reanimate. It helps us find a way to discard a fatty. We do need to find an actual fatty. Right now we only have Crabomination, which I'm glad I took it. But yeah, far and above, this Vampiric Tutor is the best card for us. What do we want to wheel? I would like to have a Dismember. A Jace wouldn't be bad. I do think it's safe to say Underground Mortuary comes back. Dak Faden, if we were in red, would be really nice. We do have red touching fetches. But yeah, this Vampiric Tutor we're not going to pass. That's just so good for us. Okay, a Flash. We are in pack 3, so Flash isn't likely to do a whole lot for us. But we need fatties anyways, and I'm not above flashing a Crabomination and then we can reanimate it back. So I do think that this is the best card for us. A Daze would be a nice wheel, a Sheoldred Edict, and of course I'd play a Hymn to Turok because we are a base blue-black deck. But yeah, we're going to take the flash. Doing a fatty check. Unfortunately, no. We do have a preordain. At this point, because we are light on what we are trying to do with our deck, because we don't have a time twist or anything either for this Leovold, I do think I'm supposed to value the selection over, say, interaction with this mana leak. Plus, I'm trying to tap out and do my thing. I'm not trying to hold up. We're not a control deck. So let's get a preordain in there. Oh, wow. Why do these keep coming in pairs? I love a stock up. That's not going to wheel. I love a go for the throat. So the Vaultborn Tyrant is better if we're trying to flash. Also, Gristlebrand has a higher chance of wheeling, I believe, than a Vaultborn Tyrant. I think because of the flash, I'd rather go with the Vaultborn Tyrant to kind of keep... Because if we only end up with these two versus these two, then I would like to make flash better with just one card. Of course, we can flash out a Leovold and just pay, but that doesn't seem fantastic. We can flash out an Abhorrent Oculus. But I'm going to take the Vaultborn Tyrant, and I'm just going to really hope that this pack was early enough to get the Gristlebrand back. Okay, these are not great with our reanimate spells. There is a second tropical island in the form of Breeding Pool I don't hate. Not really a crop rotation deck. Our mana is pretty much perfect. Not red for FOMO. Don't really care about endurance. We didn't take a show and tell, so I'm not too interested in these. And obviously these are just terrible flash targets. Yeah, I'm going to take the Breeding Pool. It's not the best pick, but I stand by it. Okay, this is interaction and late game reanimate. This is just more good fixing, which I'm going to default in case I time out again while thinking. Not interested, not interested. Yeah, I'm not interested in a lot of these. This, I don't hate this card. I did accidentally pick it last time, but it's just really slow, and I just want to be like 1-drop into 2-drop into like turn 3 do my thing. Valkia is a not fantastic discard spell. I'm going to just take the mana here. This might wheel. I don't want to play that. It's very slow. Alright. Not exciting. I do like the Shelldock Isle more than the Hedge Maze. We don't have very many bombs to hit with it, but it's still something that I don't mind doing. It's also just being able to like maybe flash one of these out. Maybe an Emrakul comes back around late. Oh, wait. We have a flash. All right, stop yelling at me, guys. Yeah, World Spine Worm. Yeah, we're going to take that. I'm so glad I caught that. All right. Oof, I got to reset my mind. Sorry, I can't believe I almost let this go. All right, so yeah, and we do have the Mystical Tutor and the Vamp Tutor for the Flash. So yes, that's exciting. Okay, so we're almost out of time. We don't need... No, we're not going to play this. I don't think we're going to play anything here. Let's take the red land just in case we want to play the red. Let's see here. Star. Talisman of Dominance, not bad. I do love this Dismember wheel. I did not expect that to wheel. I also love this Jace wheel. Yeah, I think the Jace is actually better for us. I know it's not a whole lot of interaction, but if we just do our put a fatty into play, I think that's better. Okay, I love a Daze. I think Daze is good interaction for us. Daze being a 0 mana interaction to help protect our, hopefully turn 1, set up, turn 2, do the thing. It's too bad we didn't see an Entomb. That would have been fantastic. Okay, I'm not too excited about any of these. Sure. I don't like the dam if I can't overload it. I'll just take the Tarmogoyf. Yes! Alright. We did get a Gristlebrand. Not a whole lot of ways to reanimate it, but I'll take it. This isn't... We're not going to play any of these, and out of the spirit, I'm just going to hate the card that kind of punishes us. I'm going to take this. We're not playing in the pod, so hate drafting doesn't make a lot of sense, but we weren't playing any of those, so... Okay. I don't think we're going to have room for Titania, Sylvan Safekeeper, but we do have a Vamp Tutor. and technically a Mystical Tutor to find Vamp Tutor if we really feel like it. But let's see where we're at here before. Okay, so it already defaulted to 17 lands. That's good. Let's make sure. So island, do we have a forest? Okay, we do have a forest. We can't fetch a... Oh, yes, we can. The Fabled. Okay. So we need to make a couple cuts. I'm really excited to play this Booster Tutor. Oh, yeah, we can cut this. I like the Malcolm. I like the Deep Cavern. I like the Malevolent Rumble. I guess we need to cut this. Okay, so I'm between... Maybe we cut the Leovold. I know the Leovold can just be naturally good against our opponents if they have draw engines. But it doesn't help our deck per se. Tishana's Tidebinder also doesn't necessarily help our deck either, but at least it's interaction. But so is Leovold. And I don't know. Okay, so for the same reason I didn't take the Mana Leak, I think I'm supposed to just cut the Tidebinder here. Like, I'm more of a tap-out deck than anything. And so I can't imagine a turn that if I have another play that I'm going to want to hold up Tishana's Tidebinder. We're not a control deck, so I'd rather just kind of go for it. And if we don't get there, we don't get there. But I am excited. This isn't the best Reanimator deck I've ever drafted, but I think it's on theme for today. And I'm excited to play it. So yeah, let's try that out. All right, we got our first opponent. Let's see if we're on the play or not. We are on the draw. We do have... Okay, so we kind of have it all eventually. So yeah, we're not going to mulligan this at all. So let's keep. I think we're just going to go turn 1 Currency Converter, turn 2 Swamp Malcolm end of turn. This is a really nice combination because the Malcolm feeds the Currency Converter. Okay, so they chose to target us, I believe, which means they probably don't have a fetch land. Okay, yeah, they don't. If you do, oh, Malevolent Rumble. Hey, that's what we're trying to do, buddy. Okay. Those are some good cards. I'm glad that they're not casting the Inquisition and Kozilek targeting us this turn. I am still going to run out the Currency Converter. Ooh, a Malevolent Rumble. Because they have shown us to have discard, and although I would like the Ancestral Recall, if... Our hand is just really good. Like, I like everything about it. And now we can Vamp Tutor for a big creature, discard it to Malcolm, potentially. Or we could even set up a turn where we go Vamp Tutor into Malevolent Rumble. Yep, okay. And if they make us pitch our Ancestral Recall, that's fine. We'll just turn it into a 2/2, not the end of the world. If we had a fatty in our hand already, of course I would do the trick I already talked about, where I would just turn this into a Faithless Looting. I need to be careful in case they have reanimate spells of their own. It doesn't look like they are, based on this start. I am kind of leaning towards wanting to set up Flash Worm. Okay. So how does this look? Let's see. So I can get a swamp. I can just hold up for Malcolm, but they could also just have removal. I think I'm going to try to get as much information as possible and Malevolent Rumble this turn. I would like to try to find an A or a B to our combo and then use one of the tutors after that. So hopefully we can put a fatty in the yard here. Just 4 lands. Okay, well, I am going to get black because I would like to be able to Vamp Tutor, say, on upkeep. And I would like to be able to Vamp Tutor on, say, upkeep and then get our reanimate. Okay. So that's not great, but the good news is that we're not drawing 4 lands. If we would have preordained or Malcolmed, oh, okay. So now we have a clock now.
We will break evil's bones.
This definitely makes me want to hope for Flash.
We are large and in charge.
Flash Worm.
Go big or actually go big. Just go big.
Because this is going to be able to kill a Gristlebrand pretty soon. Yeah, this is not fantastic for us. Our opponents kind of came out the gate swinging. And sometimes... Okay, I don't think I'm going to need the colorless mana, famous last words, but this is 4, 8. Next turn, they can hit me for even more. I'm gonna block now. Okay, ooh, booster tutor. Okay. Let's see what we can find with the booster tutor. Maybe it could save us. Brain freeze, no. Woodfall would be decent to... Ooh, a Mox. That doesn't do much, though, I don't think. Would be nice to deal with the Boo. Because I can recall and then discard it, then upkeep, try to reanimate it. But I have actual reanimate in my deck. So I wouldn't be able to cast it, because I would die. And I don't have double black for Hex Mage. I'm just going to take the Mox Ruby. Let's recall target us. Okay, there's a flash. There is a flash. Okay, and I can discard this Gristlebrand. That doesn't do too much. Okay, I'm going to just say go. This is not going to be great for us. It's 7 or 8, depending. Is that we might be dead. 4, 6, 10. They fling us to 1, which means we can't Vamp Tutor.
Knock the evil right out of them.
Okay. I'm surprised they didn't attack me first. They could have a reason, but even if it's like, say, a questing beast or something, like... I mean, I'm okay with it. I just... Oh, they reanimated this. Or they used this to tap this. Okay. Yep. Okay, so same result. Yep, good games. Good game. Yeah, we just couldn't get out the gate fast enough. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen again. Yeah, Mox into Malevolent Rumble turn 1 into turn 2 Asika's Chariot, turn 3 Minx, because I believe how that went, and they were on the play. If I would have had one of the A's or B pieces in my opener, I think we might have been able to do something. But as it sits, I mean, that I don't know very many draws that would have gotten out of that. Booster Tutor, Concurrency Verter, Malcolm, yes, let's do this. Let's hope to find a flash. So this always taps for blue. Interesting. Okay. I like that. Okay, are they going to make us discard? I'm glad I led with Currency Converter. Oh, a Chrome Mox, okay. Our opponents keep having fast mana, which is not good for us. Oh, into a Reckoner? That's fine. That's going to be a bit slow. We'll see if what I said earlier about this holds true or not. Okay, I do think that's a good draw because of our Malcolm. Let's play this. We can get basic swamp with it, which means this isn't tapped for green yet, but that's fine because of this. I'm going to play the Malcolm. It would be cool if we can get a flash off the booster tutor, but whatever. If they have a removal spell for the Malcolm, that's also fine. I'm not too worried about it. They have priority again, of course. There we go. Okay, and yep. Okay, let's see if we're going to hit first. Not playing the land yet in case we draw another land. I want to discard the forest. I wouldn't mind seeing a surveil land here just to kind of help fill the yard for the Oculus. Okay, I don't think we're going to need double blue. Let's discard that, put it under this so we can make treasure, and then we can still put it in the yard after. And this is a turn where I think I'm going to booster tutor. And I think I'm supposed to booster tutor now, because if I hit a time walk, that would be absolutely insane for us. Okay, days, some red spells. A regrowth is not the end of the world. Candelabra. Okay, this is a decent draw engine that we can play right now. Regrowth, I don't think we want anything in our yard currently. Green Sun, not really. Yeah, so I think we're going to take the draw engine. Yeah, let's take the draw engine. And this is just draw a card and lose a life at sorcery speed. So yeah, let's... Oh yeah, we don't... Sorry. I don't know why I thought I had black mana still. So yeah, we're just going to do that. We might honestly just discard this to the currency converter. Yep, they're going to draw a card. If this can get to 4, which I really doubt, it would be nice to World Spine Worm. Okay, I don't care about that. Our opponent, the good news is our opponent does seem to be kind of a slow green-black Golgari deck, which means they may have a bunch of removal, but if we can just stick a Gristlebrand, it might be hard for them to deal with it. Okay, Deathrite Shaman is annoying, but again, we have Flash potentially to find. I am going to... I think it's... So is it the same to just draw and discard versus drawing this and losing a life? Okay, I want to draw a card and discard a card. I could have made a treasure and then used it for this, but I don't think I'm supposed to do that. Okay. I like that going to the yard. I think I'm going to put it under... I do need to start actually putting things in the yard for our Oculus. And then, plus if I don't do anything with it, they can exile it anyways. So yeah, I'm going to put it under there and kind of protect it for now. Let's see. I could obviously also Bone Shards discard, which puts another thing underneath this, which is not bad. But let's see what we draw off Malcolm first. This Tireless Tracker is going to grow if we can't find a reanimate spell here. It's going to grow regardless, but I mean, like, we're going to run out of time because this is going to get faster clock. Discard. I'm not going to do it this time because I would like to get to this Oculus eventually. Let's discard a card. This is going to be... This can come back to bite us if this Deathrite Shaman stays, but this is going to... It gives us more time if we deal with the tracker and they get less clues. Also, the tracker can turn on Reckoner. This cannot. I'm going to take... This might be wrong, but I'm going to take care of this now. Let's discard the land. We're going to decline that one again, too. I would really like... So now we can actually Oculus. And then we still have the Gristlebrand to put back if we can find an answer to this Deathrite Shaman. I don't think I can flip this. I don't know if I can flip this if it's down, but I definitely like it better than Botanical Sanctum, so... Okay. We're going to sack our 2/2, of course.
You're telling me what you know. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Let's do this first. Crabomination. We're not too far from casting this, but we're going to have to draw through it anyways, so let's just put it in the yard. I'm okay with Liliana here existing because we can just make 2/2s and just beat them down. If they had an answer to either of these two, they would have played it by now, assuredly. Yeah, let's just discard this. If they want to eat our land to stop us from putting it under the currency converter, that's fine. But this way I can cast both halves of this. And next turn we might just cast Worldspine Worm. I think he does have, or they do have a way to interact there, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. So if they don't scoop, we're going to find out. And if it is, that's fine. I think we're going to win anyways, thankfully. This Oculus was a really nice pickup. I'm glad we got it. Yeah, let's put that there, I suppose. Yep, good game. Alright, that was better. Again, like, their start was just really slow, even though they had the Mox. That's why I'm just not a huge fan of the Bank Buster there. It's just a big mana sink, kind of like Jit, which is why we didn't take that yesterday either. I'd rather just be proactive and have my spells do things immediately. Alright, next round. We are primed to do my 1-3 prediction now that we got the win. Of course, I hope we don't do that. Oh, that's an awesome avatar. I love that. Absolutely love that. Okay, this is a turn 2 Jace. We can discard the Gristlebrand potentially and play the Leovold on turn 3. Let's do it. Yep, let's see what they discard, if anything. Or surveil, I mean. Okay, no, we're just going to do this now. The F6 value. Okay, so I do want to get green. Because this can always get our surveil land later. It can also get us Tropical Island, though. So yeah, maybe we just do this. Because this can get Tropical Island. Booster Tutor we will leave on top. Let's get Tropical Island now, because if they do have a Wasteland or a Strip Mine, they can take us off Leovold regardless. So this way they might take the Tropical Island And then that'll leave us black for booster tutor. I don't want to daze here, but I will if I feel like I need to. Like in a Johnny here would not be fantastic for us, but we do have the Leovold to kind of block it. Hopefully you don't have it a Johnny. I just don't want to have to deal with that card. But if I do have to daze, I probably pick up the Undercity Sewers and just get more value that way. Okay, looks like they may have a 2-drop here. Are they going to make me daze? Okay. Kytheon, I'm a little bit happier to see. Mother of Runes. I don't think I care about Mother of Runes. I'd rather just slam Leovold. Ooh. I said Grist, right? I said I'd rather just slam Grist. Yeah, that's totally what I said. Yeah, you guys didn't hear me right. I clearly said I was just going to slam Grist. Just kidding, of course. Okay. Notably, this does help us find, or not find, but flip our Jace as well. Yep, I will 100% daze here. If they tap out, I will probably daze a lot of things here. Okay, well, that's not good for us. I wonder what's in their hand. They have been kind of methodical with their plays, which isn't a bad thing or a good thing per se. Alright, they just seem to be very, very low to the ground. Okay, I don't think they're going to attack now. It wouldn't make a lot of sense. Okay. Let's draw. I'm probably going to, as much as I want to pitch this Gristlebrand, I may pitch the Daze. I guess I'll pitch the Gristlebrand right now. Ooh. Okay, they have 2 Mother effects, though. Yeah, let's just pitch the Gristlebrand. Oh, a Flash? A Flash is nice. They do have an active Mom, so I could set up a Bone Shards sacrifice. I don't know if I want to sacrifice this. No, I can't, because if I want to minus this. I'm going to activate this first and see what I find. I'm probably going to discard Daze here, though. I wish I did have another black source. Ooh, Malevolent Rumble. That's actually nice. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to discard this. I want a Malevolent Rumble. So let's see. If I Malevolent Rumble with these 2, I can sacrifice the 0-1, actually. So yeah, maybe I won't. Because then I can do this, try to kill the Mom. They'll protect. I can kill the Mom. And then I'm left with a token still. And of course, if I find something I want to flash into play, I can just do that instead. So yeah, let's pitch the Daze. And of course, we can just kind of test.
I can't resist a good riddle.
Yeah, let's test to see if they want to protect. If they protect here, that's going to be so bad. They have the Grist is on board. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Knowledge is a skeleton.
All right, let's find like a Vaultborn or that's fine. Let's find a Vaultborn or a Worm. Decline. We're trying to do broken stuff. Come on, Vaultborn or Worm. What do they have? They only have red mana. Are they just reading it, or do they actually have something? Okay. That's a Worm! Now, here's the thing. They do not have Mana Tithe up right now, and they could have Reprieve. So I'm actually just going to main phase this. I think it's best to just main phase it. There's no reason to get reprieved here. If this was plains, I would consider waiting, but it's mountain. They could have a solitude to deal with one of them. Okay. I'm surprised they waited. We do lose some value. Okay, yeah, I just didn't activate it because of. I mean, I justify why I didn't activate it. I had plan B in case we missed. I don't need to say that again. It is not a free attack because the giver, so no attacks. And then next turn we can play a Leovold or a Booster Tutor. I'm very glad I did not miss that World Spine Worm like I almost did. I doubt they play a Wrath effect in this deck, but if they do, I'm not even sad if they play it. Luckily, we do have 3/5/5 Tramplers that are just going to go face. I am glad that they're slow to do their play because it means that they probably don't have a clear, strong line. And they may just be trying to see what the best thing moving forward is. Okay. Luckily, we have a pretty decent life total here, so I don't hate that. That also kind of taps them out. And oh yeah, they're just doing that. That's perfectly fine. Also, if we draw a Vaultborn Tyrant, I can get back Flash, I believe. I could also just get back Malevolent Rumble, but I'm not a big fan of that currently. Yeah, Vaultborn Tyrant, baby. Okay. Let's attack. No, you know what? No. I don't. I mean, obviously, they don't have another Ghost Fire Slice, but let's just do this now. I would hate to randomly get punished for not doing that. Now, I am going to Booster Tutor before casting this Flash. Maybe we hit a second Vaultborn Tyrant, which would just be absolutely insane. Resolve. Sorry, I'm just making sure I don't mess this up. Decline. Let's not autopay. That seems terrible. Now, if they have a Mana Tithe here, that's going to be very sad for us. Okay, what does Sundering Titan do for us? It blows up all 4 of their lands and all 3 of mine, so... But we probably win on that board. But it doesn't play around... So I don't think that's strong enough, because I think we're going to win anyways. I don't think that's strong enough to justify playing Into the Days at this point, just in case. So... let's just take the Fable. It is our 4th land, so it will come into play untapped. I will get a black source. And then let's flash. Flash in the Vaultborn. I probably should have attacked first, maybe, but... Ooh, a reanimate? What does that do for us? It gets back another Vaultborn? Sure, let's attack first. Maybe they have a swords. I am going to cast this reanimate, of course. They're going to Solitude. So they're going to block 2 to save 2 life and then protect their creatures. That means I can Bone Shards if I care to, but I think I just like reanimating better. We're not in any threat of dying on the board. And if they want to tap those to be proactive... Yeah, I mean... Yeah, let's just do it. This is the fun... Oh, Gristlebrand? I forgot about Gristlebrand. Yeah, this is the fun thing. I don't know why. I didn't think I saw that when I lit it up earlier. Oh, because it was further back. Alright, that makes sense. This is the more fun thing. It's still going to trigger this. And it's a green and a black. I guess this is also black, but it's also green, so pro green they can get through. And if they have a Manatide, that's fine. I don't really care. Are they going to use the Solitude now? Oh, a Path to Exile. I'm not going to draw the cards. It's not worth it. That's definitely how I can set up to lose. I just did that to kind of be fun. Just a reminder, happy Halloween to everyone. I promise this hat is not my normal attire. And I'm glad that we got to be somewhat on theme today. Which Enchanter does kill the 6/6 because the token becomes an artifact if you're not aware. So they have 9 toughness to block our 15 power. Last time I checked, 15 minus 9 is 6. They may just now be realizing that themselves. If they have a Solitude, they're still alive. I do apologize for the dead space. Hopefully our opponent figures out a line soon or concedes. I'd be much happier with the concession, of course. So let's just plus this now. No, I guess plussing doesn't really matter here that much. Let's just see what they have in their hand and go from there. If they do have a Solitude, use it now or forever hold your peace. Okay, they have nothing. Fantastic. Okay, let's just win the game. No reason to mess around, really. I guess we'll throw that in there, too. I don't think it matters. Hopefully it doesn't. Famous last words. Oh, our opponent did the math as well. And they were, in fact, dead. Good game. So exciting getting to play with Flash. My personal cube that we cube on with arena-only cards on the client, we don't have Flash yet, or actual power. We can use my avatar, of course, but unfortunately we don't have access to actual power in the client yet, so I'm really excited about these power cube drafts. All right, 2-1 so far. Our one loss, of course, just being an absolutely insane draw from our opponent, so no shame in that. All right, sweet. Good thing we are finding matches pretty quickly. That's always nice. Okay. This doesn't get untapped black. But this is probably still a keep. If we can grist something into the yard, we can vamp for a reanimate. I also don't just hate vamping for recall. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think I like just duressing here. And then next turn I can play Tropical or Scalding Tarn and Hardcast Days. Okay, Brainstorm gets to hide their most valuable card or two. But if they had like a Tameo, I'm glad we got the duress, or sorry, the Brainstorm out of their hand. Oh, no hits. Okay, at least it's like a worse peak, I guess. We get to look at their hand and see their few plays. If they play an instant or a sorcery here, it's going to be devastating here. Okay, no, okay. So maybe it's their last card, and this didn't feel like doing that. I'm going to play this Scalding Tarn because if we don't want to daze something, I can fetch for an Undercity Sewers. Yep. Okay. They're just doing that now. Take the 1. Activate. And I may just go get recall here with the vamp. Tameo we're not currently interested in. I think I'm going to hold off on the vamp another turn because we have Leovold and Grist to play. Yeah. Alright, not a fan of that draw. They don't have anything that says draw a card on them yet that we know of. So let's just play the Grist. The token can block a construct and protect the Grist. And we do have Daze this turn if they decide to play to activate, which I think that they will. Yep. But I don't think I'm going to Daze this Elvish Reclaimer. I think one of their best lands to go get is probably this Urza Saga. Okay, Black Lotus is not fantastic. Please play the Ronomat before playing your land. No, the Discipline. I would have countered. I would have dazed if they played Ronomat before playing their land. Just getting back in Urza Saga does not seem fun for us. I'm hoping we can get a Gristlebrand into play soon. We do have the Oculus. We can reanimate if we want. Yeah, the Discipline on that. That's crazy. Alright. Yeah, you've already played your land. I'm going to get rid of the Haywire. This can die next turn regardless, I think, of what attacks. This also shrinks them. Ooh, okay, we can get Flash now. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's do this. This better not mill our Flash. Okay, it did not. And the cool thing about this is that because it's Vamp Tutor, not Mystical, they won't see the Flash coming per se. They will probably have a red flag because we're going to say go. Yep, that was expected. if they want to sacrifice their Rana map. Okay. I'm not a fan of this attack if they don't attack with everything, but they will have to sacrifice their Rana map. Okay. That's fine. We just get free kill Rana map. I would hate for them to have like fast bonds or an orb and just kill us, so I am going to block here. We are going to get a flash. And we are going to say go. I think I'm going to hold this to pitch the following turn. We don't need a lot of mana. The Crabomination's 6, but we don't even have it yet. Let's just say go. Actually, so if I attack, it's a big red flag, so I'm not going to attack. And maybe that lures them into attacking. Okay. I don't know why they're doing this at sorcery speed. They might not be aware. That's fine. Please attack. Please attack. Yes. I'm going to leave up the black, I guess. Okay, it looks like they don't have anything, because everything's just instantly resolving. Good game. Let's see what they have. Ooh. This is their castable. No, they can... I don't know. I'm just going to take this. I don't care about the cursor other than not Vaultborn. Having a 6/6 on this board would be kind of annoying. Probably too late, but either way, I do not care about this cursor. Even if they have like fast bond cursor, they don't gain any life off of it. So they can draw as many lands at the top of their deck as possible. That's fine. Only really Field of the Dead ruins us. Our opponent does seem to have a pretty sweet deck. This is an Edward approved deck for sure. Let's just cast the Daze. Kind of salt on the wound. So I'm not going to block. You want to hit me for 1? Alright. I do stand by not playing the Zygoth Triome. We had stuff to do. In case we didn't have stuff to do, I would like to be able to pitch it to find stuff to do. Okay. So it's another win for us. We are up to 3 wins. So far, we have the opposite of my prediction of a 1-3. Imagine if Death, Necromancy, and Reanimate weren't all in the same pack, how much better this deck would be. Or imagine if we found an Entomb with the Mystical Tutor and Vamp Tutor that we have. Well, it's not Island Ponderkeep, but Island Preordained seems pretty good. If we find a green source, if we don't, we still have Malcolm to get to the Abhorrent. If we do find the green source, we have Grist to get to the Abhorrent. We do seem to be on the play a bit. Or, sorry, on the draw a bit. Okay, that is a green source eventually. If our opponent is a quote-unquote true red deck, I am very glad that they do not have a 1-drop. I can keep both of these. If I keep both of these, I have the 3rd land already, and I think I think I like... So what I was going to say to finish my thought, in case the people care out there, I could keep this, draw this to keep this from discard, but not a huge relevant here for that. And I don't want the extra swamp. If it was a forest, I would probably... Actually, I would just keep it, because I get to go to Grist. But anyways, to finish my thought, going 2nd swamp if we don't draw another land into turn 4 Fabled Passage is kind of the same as just going turn 3 Fabled Passage. And now, okay, I am rewarded for bottoming the swamp. I am going to hold up Malcolm, and then next turn I can play Currency Converter if I don't find a green source. And then that will let me immediately get value out of the Currency Converter and Malcolm at the same time. Lelia is not fantastic. For us, it's fantastic for them. Okay, Elder Gargaroth. I like seeing that in their deck. Just because I don't respect this card very much, so maybe they have other cards that aren't that great. They have a lightning bolt. That would be not fun. Burst lightning, same thing. It is filling up our Oculus, of course. Okay, we found green. That is going to buy us some time and fill our yard faster for Oculus. Okay, that would have been a nice draw, but because that would have gotten us to Oculus this turn or this coming turn. Okay, Nissa. All right, the pressure's really on. I need to find a way to get this Gristlebrand reanimated as soon as possible. I will be blocking, of course. Grist's job at this point is to just fill my yard for Oculus. Alright, that is a trampler. Okay. Let's see what I mill first. This can go get a reanimate. It's 5 cards in my yard. That's no. So I can go fetch, mystical, and then abhorrent. But then I'm milling whatever I'm mystical for. I do want the black, I think. I do think I need something on this board, so I think it is worth mysticaling, and then I can just put something I don't want on top. And just before I make sure I'm not making a punt here, that is 5 cards. This is 6 cards in the yard. So yeah, I am going to do this now. I need to play to the board. What do we not want? I guess Daze is probably the worst card ever right now. I guess Duress isn't far behind it. I guess Duress is technically worse. We're going to put the card that they don't know about into play. Kind of scare them, maybe. Okay, they have all the mana.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
I will eat the 4/3, block a 3/3. Okay, Grim Lavamancer. Luckily, we already have. Oh wait, no, that's only their yard. It's not like Deathrite Shaman. My bad. Okay. All right, they just drew a forest. Let's eat this. This doesn't have anything special, right? Okay, let's block here and then block. Okay, this is actually all going here. So yeah, let's just kill this then. Yeah, because it's going to die regardless. And they already played their land, so they can't play that. Yes, okay. Now this can get us a treasure. That's actually not bad. This can get us a treasure. That's 5, 6 lands. So we're 2 away. Or 6 mana, I mean. Okay, do we want to attack? Okay, we don't need to attack. Yeah, let's just take it slow. Hopefully we get something we can flip here. It's not fantastic.
You would make an excellent informant for my study.
Okay, so even if it was like a Leovold or something, we couldn't pay for it.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Now, they can kill our Oculus with this Grim Lavamancer. That's something to note. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, we'll just trade. Luckily, they keep hitting lands. Let's see. Oh, you know what? No, I could hit a recall. That would be insane. Let's do this real quick. Yes, we will do the ability. Please hit a recall. I would love a recall here. A reanimate. Okay, we could put Gristlebrand into play. We could also put Grist into play, actually, and kill the Lelia. Is that better than Gristlebrand? Probably not. I'm really surprised. I'm hoping that they didn't notice, but I'm really surprised they didn't attack me with the forests. Okay, Leovold. No, I can just do the two swamps. Booster Tutor, okay. Decline, because we can't put it in the yard currently. And I think I will... Oops, that's... No. Absolutely not. And I think I will just sack the treasure for a Leovold here. Because I can always Booster Tutor next turn. I'd rather just play more to the board, make sure they can't burn me out. Okay, their two forests can get indestructible, but that's not really relevant if I have a 7/7 lifelinker. And if they want to ult Nissa, that's fine. Oh, actually, no. What am I doing? I just attack Nissa. Oh, they have the flyer, but that's fine. They'll block the flyer. Yeah, I'm just making sure I'm not being dumb. If they just attack with this, I can still block with the 2/2 that I'll get. I don't think I care. Sorry, I do need to take a minute. So, if they ult, this doesn't make them bigger, right? You get an emblem with lands you control, have indestructible, search your library for any number of forest cards, put them in the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. I think I'm okay with just not attacking. I'm obviously not going to activate here because they have Grim Lavamancer. I'm not going to assume that they don't have any, that they're not aware of it. Are they just going to shoot me and let me draw a card? I would love that. Please let me draw a card. Okay. They grow the Lelia, but that's not hugely relevant. Okay, Bat. I don't hate that either. Ooh, can I flip this? Not currently, but I'm still going to put it down. Yeah, if they want to sack the Nissa, I'm okay with that. They have two indestructible 3/3s, whatever. Yep, that's fine.
Life cannot be denied.
Okay. Are they going to just attack with Lelia, or are they going to attack with other things? Okay. Okay. They took a land off our deck. I am okay with that. If they got a noble, I'm okay with that. I am okay with all of this. Let's go to blocks. Let's block here to gain life, block here to kill. Because we don't want to block here because they can kill it. They can kill our thing with Grim. I I could obviously get a forest here off the Gristlebrand, but I think... Yeah, because this isn't going to ETB anyways. I do need to be mindful of my deck. It may just be attack with Gristlebrand and never draw. Because this Oculus might kill us if I do that. Booster Tutor would be nice here. Booster Tutor will be very nice here. So yeah, I don't think we're going to be drawing with Gristlebrand. What are they waiting on? If they want to activate and tap their birds, I'm okay with this. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I don't even want to do that. Let's Booster Tutor and see what happens. I would love something to deal with the Lelia. A Jace? A Jace kind of deals with the Lelia. Yeah. That's Jace. Jace also kind of bounces the forests, but obviously we're going to bounce here first. And if they want to kill our Jace after we bounce the Lelia, that's fine. I think I'm going to keep this Tarn in my hand. I'm attacking and gaining 7. That negates almost this much damage, because this is technically 8. I think I want to do it like this. And if they want to kill the Oculus now, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just going to attack with Gristlebrand here. Yep. I would suspect that they're going to kill the Jace. Oh, they're saving life. Okay, I'm not dead, right? I don't think I am. Ooh, Crabomination, yes. It's not going to get the thing, but it can get bigger. Uvenwald, okay. I will gladly trade Leovold for Lelia. And, oh, they transform it. It's an 8/8 now. Okay. That is a good draw from them. That is an insanely good draw for them and definitely rewards them for attacking with Gristlebrand. Killing their birds. That was a good play. That was a very good play. That was a good out for that play, for sure. All right, let's see what they do. I am... Oh, is all their stuff have trample? Okay, all their stuff has trample now. That does make block with Leovold and Oculus a little bit better for me. So I don't just die. Do I play this to save? I just go to 3 here. They can't even Fire Blast me. Oh, yeah, they don't have anything. They have the Leovold, sorry. Verfellos. So I take 8, go to 3 here. Is probably fine. And then I can get a tropical island off this fetch to flip crab. Sorry, I'm just very nervous right now. Okay, that's not going to do anything. Okay, so I'm not going to bounce this because this will kill the Grim Monolith will kill me. This is close. This is very, very close. They can, of course, kill this. Get their Lelia back, attack. I need to start getting them dead. World Spine Worm is a way to kind of refill, so I can get kind of a free draw because this goes back. Yep, that's fine. They play their red now off of the Ignoble. Oh, please attack the Jace. No, it looks like they're not. Sneak attack, okay. I don't have to block here. I go to 1. I wish I would have activated Currency Converter first. This is tough. I think I'm gonna block. That day is nice. That gives me another blocker for next turn. Vamp Tutor. I don't have a Time Walk, otherwise they'd just be dead. Is Flash around? No, Flash is not around. And Tamio's also gone, so I can't get back Flash. So yeah, attack for 7. I just really have to hope they don't sneak attack something into play, I guess. I can block this. Let's just go. If they don't have a flyer, they're dead. Of course, if I'm not dead and they don't have a flyer, they're dead. Okay, yeah, they play the forest we know about. Are they doing math? They can Grim Monolith or Grim Lavamancer my blocker. No, are they just scaring me? Please just be scaring me. That's okay. They can exile and make it 7. Oh, is that enough? That might be enough. 7, 10. Yeah, that's enough. Yep. I did mention in the draft that this has killed me many a times. I could have bounced these forests earlier, and it was probably correct the second time, but I liked the Deep Cavern Bat play to take this. But that was probably wrong. I probably shouldn't have bounced this to Deep Cavern Bat it knowing that they had the Grim Monolith, because this would have saved me, I think, 6 life at this point. I don't think there's anything left in our deck that can deal. Oh, they only have 1 card. I thought they had 2. Let's hope they cannot cast whatever they get. They cannot. Please let me block. And go to 1. Am I going to get this? This would be incredible. I do think not bouncing the forest the second Jace activation was a mistake in hindsight. Yep. Oh, no. The Grim Monolith, or the Grim Lavamancer. Oh, man, I can't believe I missed that. Good job. Good game. Yeah, that was incredible. Well, Vampiric Tutor killing us as usual. Yeah, we didn't have an out. Great game. Wow. I missed the Grim. I got so excited I only had 1 card. I forgot it sacks at end of turn. That was an incredible game. I do apologize for the length, but yeah, that would have saved us it turns out that would have saved us the 3 life. Or 6 life, technically. Alright, well, we got potential recall to discard Crabomination into Malcolm or Bat. I am going to recall here. I just want to find a way to reanimate the Crabomination. We did not. And I guess they didn't play anything on turn 1 or turn 2, so let's just bat and maybe we can take off their turn 3 play. Oh. Well, I guess here we just take the swords. Alright, this is the reanimate waiting room. Okay, cool. Now we can play our currency converter. Do I want to play an untapped line to play the currency converter? I could wait. Let's just try to find a reanimate. That doesn't find a reanimate. If we had Animate Dead or Necromancy in our deck, I would probably consider keeping it. But at this point, let's just leave up Hardcast Days or Malcolm. Sure. And then now we can play Currency Converter. Oh, there's a Leovold to turn off their draw unless they want to let us draw 2 on our turn for them to get 1. Yeah. All right, let's attack. See what happens. Yeah, they should have Swords the Bat in response, I think. Oh my gosh, I didn't play the Currency Converter. Yeah, that's bad, but we're still going to discard the Gristlebrand. We're just going to pretend like nothing happened there. I am going to play the Preordain first. I can always wait. Oh, yes. I can always wait. I'm not going to exile. Oh, yeah, I can't anyways. Okay. So, as I was saying, I can always wait to play this next turn now that I messed that up. I'm just going to play a Leovold here. It blocks. It prevents them from drawing cards. Maybe they'll mess up and activate, but hopefully they don't for their sake. Oh, please don't. Oh, please don't. They're going to let us draw 2, then none. Oops. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. But we'll take that. After that grueling loss that last round, we'll happily take that. Fun fact, when I used to play a ton of Legacy and I got hooked onto a cube, I had about 7 or 8 fully unproxied Legacy decks I would bring to my local FNM, and one of the judges there would call it, he'd call it Ed plus 7, and because I would just let people borrow the decks. But anyways, Reanimator was one of my favorite decks at the time. Ooh, okay, this is Mystical Tutor for Recall. And so the first like 7 or 8 drafts, I drafted my cube. Oh, and we're finally on the play. I would always draft Reanimator, so it came to a point where people would just start pack one, or sorry, just forcing Gristlebrand hate drafts because they would just get so tired. I am going to keep this Currency Converter, I think. So yeah, Reanimator was just one of my favorite archetypes to draft for like the longest time. And then now we can Mystical Tutor for Recall. Recall sees us more cards to find a land, so I like it more than playing Malcolm there. We are going to Recall. Booster Tutor would be cool too, but not now. Let's please find an untapped land. We did. Now we can bat. Yeah, we're going to get rid of that Tinker. I'm really glad that we sniffed that out. End turn. I would have been better about a Duress, but they currently can't deal with the Deep Cavern Bat. Now, if this is for Portable Hole, that will be sad. Okay, it is not. It does let them bounce it, though, which is not great. Yep, they're going to get a 1/1 token out of it. They can bounce it next turn. And now they can maybe get a Blightsteel Colossus. Yeah, that was a good Enlightened Tutor. Yep, let's take our turn. And even we can't even really Booster Tutor for... We can't really Booster Tutor for much either, like for discard, because they just have land in their hand. I think it is what we're supposed to do here. This is going to be an incredible loss if we lose this here. Yeah, let's see what we have. I hope that they don't have a Blightsteel Colossus. Ooh, a Kulgan's Command? Oh, I can't cast it, though. I don't have red. I do have a Necromancy, but that's not going to get anything right now. Okay. Can Collector get somewhere? I'd already played this land, I think, or was that last turn? No, I don't think I played a land. I'm going to hope that I didn't play a land yet. Okay, I did not. And I cannot attack. Okay, that's probably good news for us. They will probably Greaves it up and attack us for 3. Yes. Okay, we're still in it. We're still in it. Booster Tutor just continuing to show off why it's so strong. No blocks, of course. Alright, maybe we can finally start getting a Malcolm down. I am going to thin the deck before I Malevolent Rumble. I think I just want more black for the Gristlebrand, maybe. We have double blue, we have green. Yeah. And we can Oculus now. Let's see what we hit first, of course. Okay, we hit a Leovold. I think we're supposed to Oculus, though. Land, 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 land. Land, in case they have a draw 7. And I guess the Mystical Tutor, because I like every other card in case they have a draw 7. I guess this currency converter is not doing much for us, but that's fine. Tamio loves being flipped.
I am Tamio. It is an honor to meet you.
Yeah, please don't have an answer to our bat. Awesome. As I say, next turn we are going to slam this Crabomination, so fantastic. I'm glad we saw that line. The Booster Tutor saved us there. I don't know what they could have had, but if it was Blightsteel, we were just dead. All right. Another game, another chance to win. It'd be nice if we can finish this 7-2. Okay. I don't hate this hand. We have half of a Flash or Reanimate combo. And we can turn to Malevolent Rumble to try to find the other half. I'm going to play this. I hope they don't Spell Pierce it, but if they do, oh well. Okay, so is it Grist or Deep Cavern? They did lead with Island Go. The Malevolent Rumble, I believe, instantly resolved. I could be wrong. Maybe they're just mashing to kind of hide. I'm going to get the Grist because we have the Vamp, and this can go get Reanimator if we don't mill it with the Grist, but we mill a creature instead. I am going to save this in case they have a Daze or something. We're not going to do anything with the Currency Converter currently. Okay. I do want to play the land. The tapped land. I'm gonna play the. They could have a counterspell here, but I think that's fine. I'm glad I didn't play the currency converter now. It looks like they do. Hopefully it's not a mana drain. It is a counterspell. Okay, I had to check the name because the art's weird. Okay, so we have all 3 of our colors now, which is good. This can get creature or planeswalker from our graveyard to our hand, and it mills more. But I don't think I'm going to want to take the next turn off. Let's just mill this. I wasn't excited about this pick anyways. There just wasn't much left in the pack when I did. We have other stuff to be doing. Talisman, okay. I would love something to reanimate. Oh, a booster tutor. Yeah, we'll take that. We can cast that end of turn. Let's play the swamp. Let's play the currency converter. Now it doesn't look obvious that we have something end of turn because of the currency converter. Baleful Strix is a target for the bone shards. It looks like they may have a counterspell up, though. Where one counterspell exists, there's often another. Okay, let's see Booster Tutor, see what that gets us. Shelldock Isle looks interesting. Ooh, Virtue of Persistence doesn't look terrible. Okay, this is not a great example of Booster Tutor. Thieving can go get the Baleful. Or I can just Shelldock Isle. I think I like the Shelldock Isle here, honestly. I know that seems lame. But nothing else in here really excites me. The Virtue does get the Grist back, I suppose. But this just has such high upside. Let's just do this. And I'm not going to vamp because we just don't know what we're going to do yet. Let's play this. We'll cycle the Triome, make a treasure next turn, probably. Let's hope to get a Gristlebrand. Ooh, or... so we hit all of our fatties? That's not great because that means they go to the bottom of the yard. So if I need to vamp now, I guess, to shuffle. I do think the World Spine Worm... I mean, we're going to have a lot of life. So let's do the Gristlebrand. That also leaves more outs for Flash to hit. 22. Okay, so we can do that as quickly as next turn, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. Mock Sapphire. That's okay. That's basically a land at this point. Yep. Yes. What you gonna do? Oh, Fallen Shinobi. Okay. Well, we're gonna kill that for sure with our bone shards. Please don't hit anything good. Leovold and Mystical Tutor. That's not great. So, it doesn't matter if we do this now or later, but I'm going to do this now anyways. It does make me wish we took the World Spine Worm now. But maybe we can flash block it. They will draw a card off the Leovold, of course. And at least we know what they're getting. Hopefully it's not a Time Walk, a Frantic Search. We're okay with that. For another Shinobi, I guess? Okay. So do I just go get a Crabomination at this point? No, I'm not. I'm going to hold. They do get to draw a lot of cards with this. But it's not the end of the world. Now next turn I can Crabomination and maybe hit something awesome like a Phantasmal Image out of the yard. Hopefully they don't have a removal spell here that'll definitely make me regret not doing the World Spine Worm. If they have a counter, they have a counter. That part's irrelevant for the World Spine Worm. Hopefully they don't. What are they checking? Why are they checking my yard? Okay, that makes sense. That's good news because maybe that means they don't have a counterspell, or it just means they want to get more information. So that doesn't necessarily mean they don't have a counterspell, I suppose. Okay, looks like we're playing a kind of a mirror. Alright, it resolves. Please don't kill it. Do they have another ninjutsu? If they ninjutsu the Leovold, it goes to our hand. Baleful Strix? They have a sorcery speed removal. Oh, a Liliana. And we can't interact, unfortunately. I don't think I've drawn a card this turn.
A fight? And you think you can win?
That is funny, so you think you can win. I don't think we've drawn a card this turn. It's possible I'm supposed to keep the duress, but
Sacrifices must be made.
okay, there's also an abhorrent oculus we can get here. Can also get a reanimator. Oh, we can get a reanimate and reanimate the Atraxa. I like that better. I was going to say, they had a chance to counter the Gristlebrand and chose not to. Oh, they have Flash World Spawn? Yes. What does Tameo get me? Tameo gets me... a Bone Shards. To start drawing more, but that doesn't seem great. I guess I can hold the Tameo. Yeah, I'm probably going to hold... I don't want to hold the Tameo. What do... Maybe I just Tameo for Booster Tutor. I don't want to go below 3, just in case. Or, yeah, to 3. And I do want to hold... Okay, so this actually plays into Spell Pierce. Yeah, let's just wait. Oh, this makes it so we can't discard, though. Oh, man. Yeah, let's wait. We can discard the Forest. Yeah, reanimating the Atraxa was nice. I would have loved an Atraxa in this deck. Necromancy targeting. Remember, we can get Bone Shards. That's fine. They're going to draw a bunch of cards now, unfortunately. Yep. And they could even draw another 7. That was a good draw for them.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Okay, that's good news for me. I will attack with Atraxa and try to reanimate the Gristlebrand if they choose to block. Or I guess I'll just reanimate the Atraxa again, actually. Not the Gristlebrand. I could also reanimate and... Or, not reanimate. Tameo into reanimate and kill... Use Grist to kill the Gristlebrand. Doesn't they lose lifelink and I can just attack for a bunch? Yeah, if they tap out here... Oh, the Time Walk! Okay, and then now they can make me discard the Tameo. Okay, the Time Walk was actually absurd. That might be it. I was feeling happy until the Time Walk happened. Narset, okay. I already couldn't draw a card. Well, I can draw one card.
I know 88
But
ways to defeat you. Pick one.
hopefully they don't have...
Prepare.
Oh, an Animate dead? Gross. Okay, they're checking my yard first, but they're probably going to get back this Vaultborn. Oh no, they should get back the Grist and kill my Atraxa. Yep, they did. Yep, that's good games. Well, we fought it out, and we're going to keep fighting it out, but I think that's game. That Leovold preventing us from getting their Gristlebrand, I think, did it. Wait, what just happened? What just happened? I'm so confused. Oh, because it's not a creature. Oh, good. That's a cool interaction. I feel bad because I didn't know that either. But it stops being a creature, so it goes away. That's a neat interaction, and it might save us. Luckily, I did shuffle, so we could get like a Vaultborn Tyrant just to get like a 6/6 on the board. We are going to block. Oh. What does this mean? What does this mean? Okay. Am I supposed to just take here and trust that they don't have anything? But I can't believe they would make a mistake like that. I don't like this at all. They're going to gain 7 either way. Oh, that's 10. This is a forced... Well, I guess it's not a forced block. They've already upped. Do they have like a drain? I guess they could have the sorcery that drains us out. Oh no, because that would gain life. They can draw 7 more cards though. Oh no, they can't. They only have 4 cards left in deck. Let's block here. I don't know. I don't know why they would make this attack if they had an answer to the Atraxa. Or if they didn't have an answer to the Atraxa. Oh, okay. So they did make a misplay. We'll take that, because we've done our own fair share of misplays. Interesting. I definitely felt that was my opponent's game to lose there post-time walk. I'm glad we kind of sniffed it out. Maybe they forgot about the lifelink and they did have the 2-mana drain. I forget what it's called. Collective Brutality, I think. Okay, well, we are 6-2 currently. All right, this is our last game, I believe, if I didn't misunderstand that. So, last game, whether we win or lose, we either be 6-3 or 7-2. Let's just hope for, like, a recall into discard a fatty into reanimate. Let's just, come on, one time. Let's just do it. I will shut up. This is fantastic. We're going to keep, and we're on the play? Oh, please don't be a blue deck. A Spell Pierce here will just obliterate me. Yes, please. Make sure they don't have a Lotus or anything, but... Am I supposed to get the Triome? I think I'm going to get the Triome as much as I would like to get the Undercity. And we have a Reanimate, which doesn't do... Oh, yes, it does. I guess it puts us to 4, though, which is not fantastic. I want to do this now. No, I'm going to do this on upkeep. Because they could still be a blue deck and have, like, Force and Negation. But I want to do this... I could also do the Crabomination, but let's just do this. If they're a blue deck, I'm going to be happy that I did this. Good game. That was our 7-2. Okay. I believe that was 7-2. Let's make sure, but that was fantastic. We finally got a hot draw. That was good. Yep. Yeah, that was good. That was 7-2. Not bad. That first, I think we lost round 1, and then I do believe that not bouncing the forest there cost us that game on the second Jace activation, but it didn't punish us there in the end. All right, so looking at the deck, I did say in the beginning, in the spirits of Halloween and this Dipsy head I have on, that I wanted to try to draft Reanimator. I didn't force it per se. I would have been fine drafting a bug control deck, but some of the pieces came around, and one of the packs had 3 Reanimator spells in it, if you remember, which kind of explained why we didn't see a lot of Reanimate. It probably was either not opened or all in similar packs. But we did get the Gristlebrand Wheel, so I'm glad that we took the Vaultborn, like I said, plus the Vaultborn was castable in a bug control deck. The Crabomination we never got to use, but it could have been good. And at the time, until pack 3, it was our only fatty, so I'm still glad I took it. I am glad that I chose to not play Tishana's Tidebinder or any of the other reactive spells. I passed a Mana Leak, I believe, as well. The Flash was incredible. I'm so glad I saw the Worldspine Worm. That Worldspine Worm won us a couple games. That would have been devastating. I don't think we would have 7-2'd without me last second seeing the Worldspine Worm. So, Currency Converter got to do some work. The Vamp Tutor, Mystical Tutor. Duress didn't do a whole lot, but the 2 tutors really helped us. Having the recall was nice. The Days, I think, came up once, maybe twice. Jace, I think we only had the one time. Malcolm didn't do a lot of work, but it did filter through our deck, so kind of behind the scenes. Malevolent Rumble definitely seemed very strong. Deep Cavern Bat straight up won us a game by itself. Leovold almost won a game for our opponent, but I don't know what they were doing there. Grist was very good. There's all around a decent deck. I would give this probably like a 7, maybe a 7.5. I don't think it's an 8. There's no like Entomb, but still, I wouldn't be happy if I was forced to play this deck again. I wouldn't be unhappy to have to replay it, but yeah, so that'll do it. I really appreciate you guys for sticking around, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Have a good night.